Well, I started out, I was, as I said, I'd been doing acting, and I was doing, through some people I'd been at drama school with, I was doing theatre sports, you know, that improv games and stuff, which was quite popular in Melbourne at that time. And I was doing that, and through that met a whole lot of comics. And the first time I went to a comedy venue was the first time I was on. I'd never been to stand-up before. I'd never seen it. I'd seen it on TV and, you know, stuff, but the first time I ever went to a live venue was the first time I was on. But I met all these comics, and they kept saying to me, "Oh, you should do stand-up comedy, you know, you'd be really good at that." And I was like, I would rather kill myself than do stand-up comedy, because, you know, I had all the same thoughts most people who haven't done it have, which is like, it would be hideous, it would be soul-destroying, just people yelling at you, and, you know, I didn't think, you know, which is the reality, is that most people that go and watch comedy actually want to have a laugh and they'll listen to you, you know. But I was thinking all the bad things, and I was actually, they blackmailed me into doing it, because I said no, I wouldn't do it. And then one night I was at this nightclub and I was actually tripping, and they said to me, "Will you do this gig on Monday?" And I went, "Yeah, of course, you know, of course I'll do it." And then, you know, the next day, when everything had come back to normal, they said to me, "No, you've got to do that gig." And I'm like, "What gig?" And they said, "You said you'd do it, and we've booked you in it, so you have to do it." And I was like, "Oh my God." So I, you know, prepared 5 minutes of stuff, and it went fine, it went good, and I loved it. You know, I went, "This is great." And then the next gig I did went great, and I went, "This is fantastic." And then I started thinking, I think I'm a genius. I think I'm actually like some sort of comedy genius. And then the next gig I had was just a nightmare. It's like, as soon as I started thinking that, I just crashed and burned. And that's one thing I love about comedy, is that that doesn't go away from me. Every time I get, and it happens to me about twice a year still, I'll start getting really cocky, and I'll just turn up at a gig, and I'll be talking to people backstage like this, going, "Yeah, and then I did this, and then, you know, blah, blah, blah." And they'll go, "Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Greg Fleet." And I'll go, "Hang on just a sec," and I'll run on and just do my gig without, you know, thinking about it all, and die spectacularly. And yeah, that's a really healthy thing about comedy, I think, is that every time you start treating it with disrespect, it'll bite you.